Inside the mind of a narcissist. Narcissism is a word we hear in society, which is sometimes used to describe a partner that believes that they are always right, self-centered, and leaves the other partner feeling incompetent and always wrong. The narcissist can also be very toxic towards others. Initially, a narcissist might not be identified in the beginning, but eventually you might see some warning signs and indicators that someone is, in fact, a narcissist. We call these red flags. If you are in a relationship with a narcissist, you might have already learned that it can be a scary mental health problem and very damaging to healthy relationships. There is help for narcissists, but help is only available to those that are willing to recognize the problem. Unfortunately, many narcissists are not capable of seeing their own flaws and failures, that it is sometimes safer to avoid reality. And for the person living with a narcissist, sometimes it is safer for them to avoid the narcissist themselves. If you are just getting to know a narcissist, it might be better to reconsider this new relationship. And definitely be careful before moving forward into some more serious relationship. So right now, I would like to share several red flags of a narcissist that you should know and consider. First is backhanded compliments. Narcissists are always looking for ways to feel better about themselves at the expense of someone else. So they might say something nice, yet very backhandedly hurtful at the same time. So they might say, well, you're wearing a nice outfit, but it hides your unsightly body. Or they might say that they very much admire how far you have come in the workplace, despite the fact that you are a person of limited intelligence. So just something that it sounds like a compliment, but it's not. Another sign of a narcissist is that they are arrogant. For whatever reason, they believe that they are entitled. They should get the best of everything. They should have the most money, the nicest things. And if for some reason they're not able to achieve this, it's always, of course, someone else's fault. There's always someone else to blame but themselves. Another sign is that they can be very manipulative of your feelings. The reason I say they can manipulate your feelings is because they want to be in control of the situation. So in any type of setting, or possibly a group setting, they might want to speak poorly of one person to create division within the group, because that is what they need to be in control. That division allows them to control the situation more easily. So they are very careful in using words. And also, as a family law attorney, when I deal with manipulative narcissists, for example, if they are the opposing party and they're unrepresented, they will talk a good game, but of course their actions speak differently. They may take advantage of their spouse, hurt their spouse in so many ways, but when it comes to talking to me as a lawyer, or even representing themselves in court, they can actually be very articulate. Okay, another big red flag about narcissists is that they do not like and will not tolerate rejection. It is a trigger for them. It makes them angry. That's why leaving a narcissist can be very dangerous. Breaking up with them can be a major dangerous trigger. Because, of course, in their mind, they are superior to everyone else, and they cannot stand the idea that, you don't want to be with them. Sometimes when someone is leaving a relationship with a narcissist, it's possible the narcissist will start to love bomb the victim to try to get them to stay. And if that doesn't work, then plan B is possibly become violent and make threats. Another red flag is that they might seem perfect at first. You might mistaken this as romance. But it is really just a technique to get to know you by showering you with praise and affection. But it's just a technique to gain control. Another red flag, and possibly easy to spot, is that they are very sensitive to criticism or even just perceived criticism. They feel like they are being attacked. If someone criticizes them, they will not let it go. They might obsess about that criticism or that perceived criticism. And that's why it can be very dangerous to call them out for inappropriate behavior. Another red flag is, well, they love to talk about themselves. In a conversation, they might change the subject to talk about their own favorite subject. If someone is experiencing something nice or great, they might want to do what they can to put the spotlight back on themselves. This shows a lack of empathy for other people, and because they won't listen to you or whatever. When you do have something to say, you want to change the subject. They want to change the subject back to them. It's hard for them to ever really be able to connect or empathize with you or understand your point of view. Another sign of a narcissist is that they will feed off of your compliments. So if you are an empathetic person, they need you. They need you to supply their sense of self-worth, to make them feel good, to help their self-esteem. So they have a need for your compliments. They need others to lift them up, and sometimes at the expense of by putting others down. A lot of it probably has to do with their own lack of self-confidence. Another red flag is that they might gaslight you. These could be mind games or forms of manipulation and emotional abuse. This can be done through blatantly telling lies or spinning the truth, and possibly, crazy making behavior by just distorting your reality. An example might be they might hide your car keys and then berate you for losing them. And then this is not an exhaustive list. But the final red flag that I'd like to share with you is that when you decide that you're done with this relationship, again, their new goal is to now hurt you because in their mind you abandoned them. Their ego is now bruised, and they feel anger and hatred for all of the people that have wronged them in their lives. Of course, for them, everything is everyone else's fault, including the breakup. All right, thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this audio.